Congratulations. Archangel Michael says, your miracle has arrived. Your angel is not permitting you to skip this message at any cost. Open it now before it's too late. My beloved child, pause for this moment and breathe with me, because what found you now was not an accident. This message crossed time, doubt, and distraction to reach your eyes at the exact second you needed it. There has been movement in the unseen, a shift you could not hear but can feel in your spirit. The waiting season you endured was not silence, it was preparation. Every delay shaped you, every tear counted, every quiet prayer was heard. Do not rush past this, because something huge is waiting for you. The door you thought was closed has already been touched, and the lock you feared has begun to turn. Stay here, because what unfolds next changes how you see everything that came before. Listen closely, because this is the turning point you asked for without realizing it. What you felt slipping away was not lost, it was being protected. What you thought was resistance was alignment happening in slow motion. Right now, momentum is building in your favor, quietly but powerfully. The heaviness you carried was never meant to stay forever, and the confusion was not a sign of failure, it was a signal that clarity was near. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is closer than your next breath. Do not look back at old disappointments. They no longer have permission to define what is coming. This moment is a bridge, and you are already standing on it. There is a reason you are still watching, still listening, still feeling that pull in your chest. It is confirmation. The chapter that begins now does not arrive with noise but with certainty. Peace will replace pressure, direction will replace doubt, and strength will rise where exhaustion once lived. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where you need to be for what is about to unfold. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will reveal itself step by step, in ways that leave no room for fear. Stay present, because this is only the beginning, and what comes next will speak for itself. A quiet shift is happening right now, and most people will miss it because they are rushing, scrolling, or doubting. You did not miss it. That is why this message feels heavy and electric at the same time. What was blocked is loosening. What was delayed is aligning. The pressure you felt was not meant to break you, it was meant to position you. Every closed path redirected you toward this exact moment. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not random, it is precise, intentional, and personal. Stay alert, because signs will begin appearing in ordinary moments, and only those who are paying attention will recognize them. There is a reason your heart feels restless instead of afraid. Fear would push you away, but clarity pulls you closer. That pull you feel is not curiosity, it is confirmation. What you asked for quietly, what you hoped for secretly, is now moving toward manifestation. You may not see the full picture yet, but you will feel the certainty growing stronger with every word you hear. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive in a way that makes sense only after it happens. Trust the unfolding. The unseen work is already done. What remains is the reveal. From this point forward, things will not respond to you the same way they used to. Conversations will shift, opportunities will surface unexpectedly, and answers will come without force. You are stepping into a season where effort meets reward, where patience meets purpose. The weight you carried will begin to lift, not all at once, but enough for you to breathe again. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is closer than it has ever been. Stay with this moment, because the next words will connect the dots you have been trying to understand for so long. The moment you are in right now is not ordinary, even if it feels quiet on the surface. Silence does not mean nothing is happening, it means something is being arranged carefully. What is forming around you requires precision, not noise. The pauses, the slow answers, the sudden stillness, all of it is intentional. You are being kept steady while pieces moved into place. Something huge is waiting for you, and it could not arrive until everything aligned perfectly. That is why this feels intense, focused, and impossible to ignore. Stay present, because clarity is closer than it appears. There is a release coming that will feel like relief first, then understanding. You will look back and realize why certain doors never opened, why certain people drifted away, why certain plans dissolved at the last second. It was not rejection, it was redirection. What is ahead of you needs space, and that space is being cleared now. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will not require you to chase it. It will recognize you. Pay attention to how calm begins to replace urgency, how certainty replaces overthinking. Those are not coincidences, they are signals. Very soon, you will notice small confirmations stacking up, words you hear, thoughts that repeat, moments that feel strangely aligned. These are not accidents. They are markers telling you that you are on the correct path. The future you imagined is adjusting itself to meet the person you have become. That is why this moment feels so charged. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive in a way that leaves no doubt in your heart. Stay open, stay steady, and do not rush ahead. What is meant for you is already moving, and the next phase will reveal why this timing matters more than any other. This is where understanding deepens, because what you sensed before now begins to make sense. The pressure that once felt unbearable was shaping endurance, not punishment. The moments you thought were empty were actually full of unseen progress. Right now, alignment is replacing effort, and flow is replacing force. You are no longer pushing against resistance, you are moving with purpose. Something huge is waiting for you, and it does not require you to prove yourself anymore. It arrives because you are ready, not because you struggled harder than others. Pay attention to how your inner voice sounds calmer than it used to. That calm is not surrender, it is confidence forming quietly. You are stepping out of survival mode and into clarity. The future that once felt distant is beginning to feel familiar, almost as if you have been here before. That is because this path was written into you long ago. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will confirm itself through peace, not chaos. When it appears, you will not need reassurance from anyone else, you will know. What comes next will unfold naturally, without urgency or fear. You will feel guided rather than rushed, supported rather than tested. Old worries will lose their grip, and new strength will rise without effort. This is the moment where doubt loosens its hold and trust steps forward. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not just an event, it is a shift in how life responds to you. Stay steady, stay aware, and stay present. What you are moving into will make the waiting worthwhile, and the clarity you gain next will change how you walk forward from here. What unfolds now will feel different from anything before, because it will not demand struggle to exist. You will notice that things begin to line up without resistance, as if life itself is cooperating with your steps. The heaviness you once carried will no longer follow you into this space. This is the season where effort gives way to alignment, where answers arrive without being chased. Something huge is waiting for you, and it moves toward you with certainty, not delay. Stay attentive, because ease is the signal you are on the right path. You may feel a quiet confidence rising, even without visible proof yet. That confidence is not imagination, it is recognition. Your inner world is adjusting first so your outer world can follow. This is how lasting change begins. Old fears will surface briefly, not to stop you, but to show you how far you have come. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will meet you at the level of strength you now carry. Trust the calm unfolding inside you. It is preparing you to receive what once felt impossible. From this moment onward, you will walk with a deeper sense of direction. Distractions will lose their pull, and clarity will sharpen your focus. You are no longer wandering, you are arriving. The path ahead will feel steady, grounded, and unmistakably right. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it reveals itself, it will feel familiar, as if it always belonged to you. Stay present in this moment, because what continues next will show you that the shift has already begun, and there is no turning back to who you were before. Now notice how your awareness feels sharper, as if your mind and heart are finally moving in the same direction. This is not excitement that fades quickly, this is recognition settling in. The confusion that once clouded your decisions is thinning, and with every breath, certainty grows stronger. You are stepping into a phase where hesitation no longer controls you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this clarity by moving faster, closer, and more directly than you expect. You may begin to sense a quiet separation from what no longer fits, old habits, old expectations, even old versions of yourself. This is not loss, it is refinement. What you are becoming cannot carry unnecessary weight. The release you feel is intentional, and it is making room for what truly belongs with you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires this space to arrive fully. Trust what is falling away, it is clearing the path, not closing it. As you continue forward, your steps will feel lighter, even when the road seems serious. You are no longer guessing, you are responding. Life will meet you with subtle confirmations that reinforce your direction. You will not need loud signs. The quiet certainty will be enough. Something huge is waiting for you, and its presence will feel undeniable, not overwhelming. Stay steady in this awareness, because what is forming now will soon move from the unseen into your reality, and the next shift will be impossible to ignore. There is a calm strength settling into you now, the kind that does not seek approval or validation. It grows quietly, rooted in understanding rather than urgency. You are no longer reacting to life. You are responding with intention. This shift may feel subtle, but it is powerful. Something huge is waiting for you, and it aligns with this steadiness, not with chaos or doubt. Stay grounded, because stability is your signal that you are exactly where you need to be. You might notice that your perspective is changing faster than your circumstances, and that is not a mistake. Inner alignment always comes first. The way you interpret events, the patience you carry, the confidence in your decisions, all of it is preparing you for what is next. What once felt like pressure now feels like purpose. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will meet you at this level of awareness, not the version of you that was uncertain or exhausted. Very soon, you will realize that you are no longer waiting the same way you used to. Anticipation has replaced anxiety, and trust has replaced fear. This is how readiness feels, not loud, not rushed, but certain. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it appears, it will not surprise you, it will confirm what you already sensed. Stay present and steady, because the momentum building now will carry you forward with clarity and strength into what comes next. You are entering a phase where timing begins to work with you instead of against you. Moments that once felt delayed will suddenly feel perfectly placed. This is not coincidence. It is alignment revealing itself. The patience you practiced is now becoming precision, and your steps are landing exactly where they need to. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this harmony by unfolding naturally, without resistance or confusion. You may feel a deeper trust settling into your decisions, even when outcomes are not fully visible yet. That trust is earned. You have learned to listen, to pause, and to move only when it feels right. This inner calibration is rare, and it is what prepares you for lasting change. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive in a way that feels steady rather than sudden, certain rather than overwhelming. Let this confidence guide you forward. As this phase continues, you will notice that your energy is more focused and less scattered. Distractions lose their power, and clarity sharpens your vision. You are no longer pulled in many directions, you are drawn toward one. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is aligned with this sense of direction. Stay present in this awareness, because what unfolds next will make it clear that everything leading up to this moment was necessary and perfectly timed. What you are sensing now is the approach of confirmation. Not the kind that shocks, but the kind that settles deeply and feels right. The uncertainty that once lingered is being replaced by quiet assurance. You are no longer questioning whether you are on the right path, you are beginning to recognize it by how peaceful it feels. Something huge is waiting for you, and it moves closer as your confidence steadies. You may notice that your reactions to challenges are changing. What once triggered fear now invites understanding. This is growth revealing itself in real time. You are responding from strength instead of doubt, from clarity instead of confusion. That shift is powerful, and it signals readiness. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires this calm awareness to be received fully. Trust how composed you feel, it is not accidental. As you continue forward, signs will feel less dramatic and more meaningful. Subtle confirmations will speak louder than obvious signals. You will know what to accept and what to leave behind without explanation. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it enters your life, it will feel like a natural extension of who you have become. Stay steady in this awareness, because the next unfolding will make everything you endured feel purposeful and complete. Now the sense of nearness becomes impossible to ignore. What once felt distant is moving into your immediate awareness, and the shift is unmistakable. You may feel a heightened alertness, as if life itself is leaning in. This is not pressure. It is anticipation aligning with readiness. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this moment by drawing closer, step by deliberate step. You will begin to notice that your choices feel clearer and lighter. Decisions no longer drain you, they energize you. This is a sign that you are acting from alignment rather than fear. The inner conflict that once slowed you down is dissolving, replaced by a steady sense of direction. Something huge is waiting for you, and it recognizes this clarity as an open invitation. Trust the ease you feel, it is the language of alignment. As this phase continues, you will sense a quiet assurance that you are no longer preparing, you are entering. The threshold is behind you now. What unfolds next will not require convincing or effort, it will simply fit. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, it will feel like a confirmation of everything you have already learned. Stay present, because this transition marks the moment where intention turns into experience, and awareness becomes reality. You may notice now that your expectations are shifting, becoming more grounded and more powerful at the same time. You are no longer imagining outcomes from desire alone, you are sensing them from alignment. This is a deeper way of knowing, one that does not need reassurance. The calm certainty you feel is the result of growth settling in. Something huge is waiting for you, and it matches this level of inner readiness perfectly. The way you interpret delays and pauses is changing. Instead of frustration, there is understanding. Instead of doubt, there is patience. This does not slow you down, it strengthens you. You are moving with intention, aware that every step matters. Something huge is waiting for you, and it honors this awareness by revealing itself gradually, allowing you to receive it fully without overwhelm. Trust this rhythm, it is working in your favor. As you move forward, you will sense a quiet confidence guiding your actions. You are not seeking signs anymore, you are recognizing them naturally. The path feels less like a question and more like a statement. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it becomes visible, it will feel like a natural continuation of who you are now. Stay steady in this understanding, because what comes next will affirm that this calm, focused version of you was always part of the plan. A deeper sense of trust is settling into you now, the kind that does not rush or second-guess itself. You are beginning to move with quiet assurance, knowing that what is meant for you cannot miss you. This is not passive waiting, it is confident readiness. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this trust by unfolding with precision, not haste. You may feel less inclined to explain yourself or seek approval, and that is growth speaking clearly. Your energy is becoming more intentional, reserved for what truly matters. Distractions fade because they no longer resonate with who you are becoming. Something huge is waiting for you, and it aligns with this refined focus. Let go of the need to control every outcome. What is approaching does not require force. As this phase deepens, you will notice a steady calm guiding your reactions. Even when situations feel uncertain, your inner balance remains intact. This stability is your foundation for what comes next. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will arrive in a way that feels steady, clear, and undeniable. Stay present in this awareness, because the unfolding ahead will show you that trust was the final key needed to move forward. There is a quiet confidence anchoring you now, stronger than excitement and deeper than hope. It does not waver when things are unclear, because it is rooted in understanding. You are no longer asking if things will work out, you are sensing how they will. This shift changes everything. Something huge is waiting for you, and it aligns with this grounded certainty, not with doubt or urgency. You may notice that your attention is naturally drawn toward what feels meaningful and away from what feels draining. This is alignment refining your focus. You are conserving energy for what truly matters, and that intention is powerful. The future you are stepping into requires clarity, not distraction. Something huge is waiting for you, and it recognizes this readiness by responding in subtle but undeniable ways. Trust what your awareness is guiding you toward. As you continue forward, the path will feel increasingly familiar, as if you are returning to something you always knew. This is not coincidence, it is recognition. You are stepping into a phase that reflects who you have become. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it enters your life, it will feel natural, steady, and right. Stay present and centered, because what unfolds next will confirm that this calm strength was the final preparation you needed. What begins to reveal itself now is a sense of arrival without noise. You may not see fireworks or sudden announcements, but you will feel a deep inner recognition that things are finally lining up. The struggle to make things happen is fading, replaced by a quiet knowing that what is meant for you is already in motion. You are no longer chasing outcomes, you are meeting them halfway. Something huge is waiting for you, and it moves closer as you remain steady and aware. You might notice that your reactions are softer but stronger at the same time. Where there was once tension, there is now understanding. Where there was impatience, there is now trust. This balance is not accidental. It is the result of everything you have learned up to this point. You are prepared to receive without fear and to move forward without hesitation. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this emotional maturity by unfolding naturally, without resistance. As you stay present, life will begin to reflect your inner stability. Opportunities will feel aligned rather than forced, and choices will feel clear rather than confusing. You will not need to convince yourself or anyone else that you are on the right path. The peace you feel will be enough. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it becomes visible, it will feel like a confirmation rather than a surprise. Stay grounded in this moment, because what unfolds next will show you that this calm awareness is not the end of the journey, it is the doorway into what you were always meant to step into. Now you begin to sense a deeper readiness, the kind that does not rush forward but stands firm. This is not hesitation, it is discernment. You are choosing alignment over impulse, clarity over noise. The pace feels right because it is yours. What once felt uncertain now feels intentionally timed. Something huge is waiting for you, and it honors this steadiness by approaching without disruption. Stay aware of how grounded you feel. This is the foundation that allows what's coming to settle fully into your life. You may notice that your vision is sharper, less crowded by what-ifs. Possibilities feel cleaner, more realistic, more attainable. This is not optimism, it is accuracy. You are seeing clearly because you are no longer looking through fear. The weight of expectation has lifted, replaced by trust in the process. Something huge is waiting for you, and it recognizes this clarity as readiness. Let yourself move forward without forcing certainty. It will meet you naturally, right where you are. As this stage unfolds, you'll feel a quiet sense of ownership over your path. You are no longer borrowing confidence, you are generating it. Each step reinforces the next, and momentum builds without strain. What arrives next will feel earned, not handed over. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it reveals itself, it will feel like a continuation, not a disruption. Stay present and composed, because this is the moment where preparation turns into possession, and awareness becomes movement. A subtle shift is happening now, one that moves beneath the surface but changes everything above it. You may feel more centered than before, less affected by uncertainty, more anchored in purpose. This is not something you forced, it emerged naturally as you aligned with what truly matters. The noise around you no longer dictates your direction. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this inner stability by drawing even closer. You might sense a growing clarity about what you will no longer accept or pursue. This is not limitation, it is wisdom refining your choices. By narrowing your focus, you strengthen your path. The distractions that once felt tempting now feel unnecessary. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires this level of discernment to be received fully. Trust the calm confidence guiding your decisions, it is leading you precisely where you need to go. As you remain steady, life will begin to reflect this alignment back to you. Interactions will feel more purposeful, and opportunities will feel more aligned with your values. You are no longer preparing in the background, you are stepping into visibility with intention. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, it will feel like recognition rather than surprise. Stay present in this moment, because what unfolds next will affirm that this quiet strength was the final adjustment before forward movement becomes undeniable. What you are feeling now is momentum settling into place. Not rushed, not explosive, but steady and undeniable. The hesitation that once slowed you has loosened its grip, replaced by a calm readiness to move when the moment opens. You are no longer standing at the edge wondering if you should step forward. You already know. Something huge is waiting for you, and it responds to this certainty by aligning circumstances in your favor. You may notice that your patience feels different now, stronger, more intentional. You are not waiting because you are unsure, you are waiting because you understand timing. This awareness protects what is coming from arriving too early or being mishandled. You have grown into the version of yourself that can hold what is next. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires this balance of calm and confidence to arrive fully. Trust how steady you feel, it is proof of readiness. As this phase deepens, you will sense that the distance between intention and reality is shrinking. What you think, choose, and act on are beginning to align. There is less inner resistance, less self-questioning, more flow. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is moving through this alignment quietly but powerfully. Stay grounded and aware, because the next unfolding will not ask if you are ready, it will meet you where you stand and confirm that this moment was always part of the plan.